G'day everyone and welcome to Super T Console Gaming. It is another Selling My Collection. This one is part 2. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, so we're getting a little bit better. We're getting some more stuff up on eBay and we're selling a little bit more stuff. But this video will focus on what we've done in the last sort of 4 or 5 days since our last video. I was going to wait a week, but there's been a few sales and a few things going on, so I want to get it done before I've got to get it in the post off to the most awesome people that have bought my things. So here we go. Things that we've listed: Yoshi's Island DS, you know, many great Yoshi games on the DS. That one there we listed for 35 Australian dollars. We'll whack the accent in there because why not? Up next is Yoshi Touch and Go, another classic on the Nintendo DS. That one's also listed for $35. Up next, Rhythm Heaven. Good stuff. And if you're wondering how these games are set up, beautifully. They've all got the instructions. They've all got the nice little disc in there. Rhythm Heaven listed for $50. Haven't had a nibble on that one yet, but we'll get there. Up next, Final Fantasy A2 Tactics. So Grimoire of the Rift. I played the absolute buggery out of this game. It was a dead set cracker. I liked it a whole bunch. It is the Australian version. So down here it came in these wide, clear boxes. But again, good setup. You got the instructions in there. You've got the disc as you would expect. And that bad boy, what do we got? Listed that one for $65. So that one is a cracker. Up next, Lock's Quest, a fun little puzzle game on the DS. And I know it's been ported to other systems since, but to be honest, I've never played this, so it kind of came into my collection. I didn't do a whole lot with it apart from put it on the shelf. But now it's time to go away, and we've listed that one for $12 as well, or not as well, but $12. Up next, another crazy little puzzle game, Make 10, a journey of numbers. Again, in the collection, did nothing but sit on a shelf, and it is time for this one to depart us as well. I've got that one up there for a whole $10. $10, that's what we say. Sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? Anyway, we can do that. We'll put them in there so we don't have a big gaping wound, and that's what we got. Metroid Prime Hunters was the next one we chucked up. This one is up at the moment for 35 Australian dollars. You know what? It's a cracking little game. Really good fun. The controls are great when you get used to them. And again, all looking beautiful inside there. Controls, instructions, discs, the whole lot. It's all good. Wonderful stuff. Let's chuck Metroid Prime Hunters up there. Up next, we get into some Dragon Quest games. So the first one is Dragon Quest Monsters Joker number 2. This one actually went up for $95. It must be quite rare down here. It seems to be one of the pricier Dragon Quest games, but there you have it. DQM2. Followed, of course, and in reverse chronological order, is Dragon Quest Monsters Joker number 1. This one we've listed for $20, so considerably cheaper than number 2. Again, it comes in one of those weird Aussie white boxes. But again, cracking little game. I love Dragon Quest games, and I'm sure many of you do as well. They're the insides. It's all looking pretty nice. Not bad at all. Following on from that, of course, is more Dragon Quest, and this time we have Dragon Quest 9 Sentinels of the Starry Skies. This one has had a fair bit of interest in it. No one's taken the bait just yet, but I'm sure we'll get there. It's been listed for $30. So reasonably priced considering it is a Dragon Quest game, and they seem to sit anywhere from crazy expensive to relatively decent, and I think this is probably decent. So that is great as well. We move on out of the Dragon Quest games into Elite Beat Agents. Now, on my last video, I showed you the 2 Japanese versions of this, numbers 1 and 2. They've been listed, but they're not popular. No one sort of seems to be looking them up. I don't know if it's because I've just got the Japanese title in there or what, but yeah, Elite Beat Agents, the Western version. This game is absolutely brilliant, so if you haven't played it, you should really check it out. We've got it listed for $60. Again, great condition. I do tend to look after my stuff, and it tends to pay dividends down the track because I like Nintendo, and Nintendo goes up in value. You wait till I start getting my PlayStation games on here, and we'll, instead of $40 or $50 or $60, it'll be like $1, $2, $3, 50 cents. It'll be great. All right, big hitter in title only, Zelda Phantom Hourglass. I am, like most of you, a massive, massive Zelda fan, but I don't like these games. I really struggled with the controls. It didn't make me happy. It didn't bring me joy, as Marie Kondo would say. So I'm not necessarily sad about selling these ones, if I'm totally honest. Phantom Hourglass, we've got that one up there for $40. It's going well. Up next, of course, is Spirit Tracks. This one is a little bit more expensive, actually. This one is listed for $75. It's interesting, the disparity sometimes between the same game series and just different numbers. It can be quite a massive difference, but again, the control scheme, you either love it or you hate it. But I would suggest that if you're chasing these games, because I am the salesman, you're probably wanting it just for your collection. So they're great to have in the collection. I don't know if they're great games. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. Up next, our old mate Henry Hatsworth. Now, I sort of thought for some reason that this game was going to be crazy expensive, and it's not. It's only listed for $30. So that's pretty good. And it's an actual really cool little puzzle game. I like it. It's the old sort of, you know, connect colors, make things move, and continue your journey on the top screen. It's all good fun. I played a little bit of it, had a pretty good time with it. But there you go. Henry Hatsworth, $30. It's up there. Up next, I've got something that I think is pretty cool. I acquired both of these from the Nintendo store online, or Nintendo Club. They are both still sealed. They are both in perfect sealed condition, and they're both together in one set for $100. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah, $100 is a lot of cash, but considering they're sealed and they're pretty collectible, I think that is a pretty awesome setup. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully someone gets them and enjoys the heck out of them, even if it is just doing weird stuff like me and sitting them up on a shelf and looking at them and going, geez, that's pretty. All right, so next, what have we got? Well, next we've got a whole heap of stuff that we've listed this week, plus also sold. So up first is a big bunch of Nintendo Game Boy games. Now, I decided that I would just put these up as a bulk set. So what that looks like is this. Let me take you through them. For $65, you get Wave Race. See if I can get in on that nicely. You get F1 Race. You get Radar Mission, so a bit of classic battleship action. That's pretty cool. You get Super Mario Land, and you get Baseball. Now, those games are all absolute crackers, and at $65 for all of them, I'm telling you, it didn't last long. I think it was on there for maybe a number of hours, and then it was gone. So I might have priced myself a little bit too cheap there, but that is okay. I'm happy to make the sale. So there you go, a whole pile of Game Boy games in the cases for a total of $65, which I thought was pretty cool, and I was happy to see that sale come through. Up next, we have Dragon Quest VI. Now, Realm of Revere. What did we sell this one for? This one came through for a total of $85. So, as you can see, you compare that to the previous Dragon Quest games, that's a pretty good price. I know it's not quite as much as Joker number 2, but in terms of the other ones, it's at least double that price. So that was a good sale as well. We were happy to get that one. And again, you know, really good stuff. The instruction booklet's there and in good nick. The game disc is looked after, and it's all very, very nice. The next sale we had was our old mate Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story. Really, really enjoyed this game. It was an absolute cracker. But for $70, we made that sale, and we're pretty happy about that. So all of these games that I'm showing you now that we've sold will be in the post in about 12 hours and off to the awesome people that have bought them. And finally, for this video, Ghost Trick. Another one that we put up and sold very, very quickly. Look, to be honest, I think we did okay. We sold it for, what did I sell it for? Let's have a look. It was 50 bucks. So I probably could have gone more if I wanted to, but you'll notice with some of this stuff, my pricing is on some of the stuff is really fair. And I like to do that. Some of the stuff, it's a bit premium, but that's just because it's super rare and in good nick. But this one here, you know, a classic game on the DS. People love to collect it. And I know that it's also obviously just come out on the Switch. So, you know, for the collector, it's awesome. And I'm really excited that someone else will get to add that one to their collection. So there you have it. That is our, I guess, our listings and our sales for the week. There's a whole bunch of good stuff in there. We look forward to making more sales and updating you guys on how we go. Thanks so much for watching. Get in the comments and let me know what you think. Tell me if I'm pricing myself too low. Tell me if I'm pricing myself too high. I welcome all the feedback. Remember, it's Australian dollars, so if you're in America looking at it going, mate, come on. It's all right. By the time you convert it, it's almost half price. So get on it. Have a good time. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that awesome stuff. And I promise you this, I'll start playing Super Mario RPG as soon as I get the chance. And in the meantime, thanks a whole bunch. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you next time. Hooroo.